to the Western Wilds, an unspoiled wilderness waiting to be tamed. Can we build a successful farm here, starting with just £50 and an old truck? Only one way to find out. Let's get farming. So welcome to a brand new survival series. Yeah, we are going to be making our home here in the Western Wilds. I am just pulling in here. In fact, we'll stop our truck because I want to talk about how we're going to do things on here. We do just have £50 to start with, and if we have a quick look at our truck, you can see here as well, it has a lot of hours on it and is only worth £901 itself. So at most, starting with here, we have just £961, including the value of our truck. So obviously we have an issue. Looking at the fields here and looking at a cost of any of these areas, it's 85,000 to buy any land. So we can't do that. There's no loans on this series either, so we're not having any loans to do or anything like that. Instead, we're going to use something that this map has, which is really, really cool and something I've not really done so far. We are going to fund everything on here and get everything started by using the gold nuggets. So I'll show you what I mean by this. If we head up the top of here, I believe I found one around here somewhere. Is it up the top of here? Yeah. There are 10 gold nuggets scattered around. I think it's 10. It might be 20 scattered around the map. And if we pick up one of these, so we'll bring this up. So R to collect it. It gives us £50,000. So I'm going to start off by collecting 3 of these gold nuggets. We do have a map located on the farm. On the map, there is a place, but I have managed to seek out a couple of them initially. I think there's another one back this way. I think actually it's on the roof of one of these buildings over here. Yeah, I think there's one on the roof of here as well. So we'll grab that too and get up here. Yeah, there's another one around here. So that gives us 100,000 to get started with. And then we should be able to find one more around here somewhere. In fact, let's head over to the gold hut and see if we can't find another one on this map, because those are the 2 that I knew where they were. Now, I don't want to overload myself with cash, so this is why I'm only looking to get 3 of these to start with. Give ourselves a nice little base, see if we can build up from that. What I want to find out is how few nuggets can we rely on to get started here. We know we need 85,000 to get a piece of farmland, so we've got that. In fact, yeah, so the whole idea of this series is how few nuggets can we rely on, and in fact I'm quite happy with the nuggets that we've got. Just for those who want to know where the hut is on the map, you can see it over here. It does give you the locations, and when you pick up a gold nugget, it does turn the pin to green. So yeah, it looks like 20 gold nuggets, just to confirm that. Yeah, where we are here, I believe there's another one on a post over there. But yeah, so one of the aims of this series is to see if we can get by with grabbing as few of these nuggets as we can. We need to get 2 to get started, because we can't buy any land if we don't have at least 100,000. If we don't have at least 85,000. And after that, though, 15,000 might be enough to get a tractor and some stuff to start working some of this grass. So let's head up to where I want to purchase, and we will get the land bought. So as you saw in the intro, there's a fairly rundown ranch at the center of this. And this is split over 2 of the areas. I want to have a look at this area here to see if we can't purchase this. So where we are at the moment is here in area 25. There is, 85,000 for that. As you can see as well, we are not using precision farming at the moment. So I'm not going with that on here. As far as I know, Western Wilds doesn't have its own precision farming soil maps, so that's why I've avoided that. I'm looking at this actually, and looking at 25 and looking at 26. Well, 26 has a bigger farm area, a bigger part of the ranch. It also has a sizable field up there and a little bit of grass there. I think I might have a quick drive around. Let's have a quick drive around this and just see what is on our 2 sides. We got a very sizable area here for us to do stuff. We're going to have to be doing animals. We're going to have to be doing other bits and pieces. And it actually looks like we might have an animal area over here to get us started. That would be really good. And in fact, there's a house and looks like an old grain store. Oh yeah, this is what we want. We've got an old boarded up house here. I think we want to purchase this area here, and this will be a great place to get us started. So we're going to start off in area 26 here. I'm going to buy that. Yes, please. And I don't know if there's any way of doing up this. The Alien Jim is great at building stuff into his maps where you can do stuff up and make changes. And I can't see anything here, unfortunately, that would allow me to do that. Oh, wow. We've got rubbish bags everywhere. We won't be able to move those. So, yeah, I wonder if there is something, some way we can we demolish this house? So we've got, oh, we can. Oh, wow. It will cost us 6,000 to demolish the house. We've got abandoned silos. Yep. So those silos. So to clean the farm up is going to cost us money as well. So we're going to have to spend money to do that. I think all of the pens and everything might be abandoned ones as well. So yeah, if we're going to put animal stuff in here too, we are going to have to clear these pens out. I'm just looking at this. Yeah, abandoned chicken shed. Oh, so none of these are usable. All of these need to be demolished. Yeah, abandoned manure system. So all of this is going to cost us to clear. So we won't be doing that straight off. Let's turn our truck off. What we do need to do, though, is probably head down to the shop and see if we can't get ourselves a tractor. So we're back where we started a minute ago and found our first couple of gold nuggets. We've got the shop here. And really, with this series, there was only one tractor that I really wanted to start with. I've been trying to have it on a series for a while. Bought it into the role play, the realism role play, and it didn't quite. Well, the series didn't quite work. It's listed under medium tractors, and it's, of course, this the 1974 David Brown 1210 1410. 60 horsepower is the basic setup, and I think I want to put a couple of bits on it. It's only 8,000 on the 1210, whereas it's Oh, it's actually no more expensive to get the higher powered 1410. So we'll go with the 1410. We're gonna keep the standard stuff. I'm gonna put the ROPS on the back of it, just to give it a little bit of extra stuff. Fender lights will go with 1. Reflector triangle, no. Stock exhaust, no GPS, especially on a tractor like this. We're not going on the road, and we have no number plate on it, and we can put that on as well. I think I could possibly put a front loader on it, but I'm going to hold off on that for the moment. We will probably want one eventually. I don't think... Yeah, I can put a front loader setup on it, but for now, I'm just going to put a front weight on, and yeah, for 8,000, because it doesn't cost anything for any of the upgrades on this, which is great for us. We will buy ourselves that tractor. And then to go with it, we're going to need to start with a mower. So I've got, with 80 horsepower here, we can go up to, we can go up to the larger Nova disc, which is great news. We will have the swath plate on it, and yeah, 8,500. I think this will be a great little mower to have. Design color, yeah, we'll leave that as standard. Now this is 8,500. We do not have enough for this, so I'm going to have to lease the mower, and I think a lot of the initial equipment stuff, we are probably going to have to do a bit of leasing. There are some older, smaller bits. These, wow. 1.8 meters, 2.4 versus 3.5. Now, I could have bought these, admittedly. Those would, yeah, 2.4. Actually, how much would a windrower cost me? Let's have a look. Because this is going to cost a lot less, but we don't have a cheap windrower. I think I might have to go and have a look for a cheap windrower or something like that, and maybe sort that. For now, we'll go with this setup here. We'll jump in with our David Brown. We'll hook up the mower, and we can start getting some grass cut, because if we cut some grass, we'll start defining some fields and making things easier for us. And with 6,000, yeah, I know what I want to do. We're going to need to go and place something at the farm. Look at the height of that. And this is why I put the weight on the front of this. With such a limited starting budget, we're going to have to be so very, very careful with what we do. We need to make sure that we can load up whatever we do with this. In fact, as you probably guessed, my plan is to do a bit of silage on here to start us off. We know we can cut this. We know it will probably create a field doing that. And so if I unfold our mower like that, and this is why also I got this mower with the setup so that it's swathing it as well, because we should be able to come along here and hit it with a and immediately get this picked up. So if we can do that, we might be able to get a cheap silage pit put down, cheap silage area, and then make a bit of cash. We've also got a lot of bushes and things in here. Oh, have we actually got some trees on our property as well? If we have, that would be great too, because we can cut those down and make a little bit of cash from the wood there without spending too much money. So while our silage is doing that, we might see if we can cut a couple of trees, make a little bit of wood, and yeah, make a little bit more money that way. This is going to be a good start, though. I think this is a great setup for us to make our first bit of cash. Maybe before winter we can get 2 cuts of this done and make a little bit of money to start the farm off properly in the new year. Before we continue, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create my own custom line of PCs suitable for everybody from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. Apex Gaming PCs are offering up to $250 off your next purchase just by using my link in the description below. So go check them out. This mower does look a little bit big on this tractor, but it hasn't made the tractor tip at all. I think the weight distribution is actually all right. So I was a little bit worried about that, but we seem to be okay. I'm going to go this side of this tree. Yeah, this tree is definitely going to have to come out one way or the other. So if we can make a bit of money from it, that would be great. As you can see, that's not an overly straight line behind us. So, yeah, it makes sense to get this tree taken out. And then we can very nicely make probably a good grass field down here. I think we might try and put a fence in or something just to mark out the edge. One thing I want to make sure I do on here is create some interesting field shapes. Like we did on No Man's Land, I will go with how things are kind of laid out on here and see if we can build our farm a little bit around that. I mean, there are some pretty big open plains on this, so I don't think we're going to have a huge amount of trouble. But with this size of tractor, we are going to have fun managing things, and it's going to be similar when we get a combine and things like that. Because, yeah, we're not going to be able to handle particularly big fields. So we're going to have to temper how we do things a little bit just to make sure that we don't end up taking too long to do particular things. Like my last series on Court Farm, I will be doing single-day months. So especially initially, we're going to be doing it that way. And like that series, I'm looking at doing about 24 episodes on here as well. So we'll see how everything shakes out. At the moment, I'm pretty positive about everything, to be honest. Final little bit, and that has got all of the grass on this bit cut. So lift that up, turn it off, and then we want to go and have a look at this other bit. So we've got a large area over here that we can cut as well. Sort of this bit out here is pretty massive for us to do. And I'm actually kind of glad that I got this end of the yard now, because it is going to be the better bit to take, I think. We'll go across here. We will take this to here, and I'm basically going to run the lines along the edge. So we'll make sure that we are at 0 degrees. We do have a tree in the middle of this field. Right, there we go. Turn it on. Drop it down. Right. Let's see if we can get this cut today as well. That would be really good. We would have a fair amount of grass to make some silage from if we did. It seems from where I'm cutting, actually, I could go a little bit further over on this other field. Looking at it, in fact, I did initially. You can see here, if I cut there and just keep going along roughly the same line I am now, that it meets up. So we'll just make sure that this is all lined up and working as we should be. Yeah, that goes quite a way out. And yeah, there we go. There's the you don't have access note, which is not bad at all. Yeah, there's a fair amount of stuff that we can collect up today and fill a and fill something with. I'm liking this. We've got a lot to work with here, and yeah, over the winter I plan to start making these actual fields. So we'll get a good cut of grass from both of these, get some money coming off them, and then I think the bigger one we will start dividing up a little bit, because we're gonna need other feed. If we're gonna do chickens, if we're gonna do cows, we're gonna need feed other than just grass and silage. We're gonna need some wheat, and we're gonna need some straw. And so yeah, lots to do on that. And of course we've got to make our own hay as well. So lots of stuff that we'll need to do ourselves on here, because we just can't do any contracts or anything like that. There are no contracts for us to work on here. I'm going to use this tree here to divide where we're cutting in on the field, so that I can slowly work my way out. I want to go at 90 degrees, and yeah, I am way too close to the tree. We'll maneuver around it a bit, like so, and then away we go. Make sure we're 90 degrees. Yes, we are. That's got it. And now just straight out across the field until we hit the other side. And yeah, that way we're doing smaller turnarounds and not just going around the ends. We definitely need to plow all of this up and get rid of all these bushes. That is not a great thing. I'm also finding that some areas of this field or this grass just have no grass, so we end up not actually getting anything when we cut it. So yeah, we want to try and avoid that as well. All in all though, yeah, I think we're going to get a decent amount of grass off here for our first lot of silage. So having got about a third of the field cut this way, what we can now do is start to work on the two bits either end. That way we end up not traveling so far, so we can go round each side, go around the end and just work these in. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is start on the top one over there, and then work our way back towards the farm. So we'll do one more turn here before we start actually working on these end bits. And you can see it's roughly that amount. This is a decent sized field. We are going to have to split it, I think. Otherwise I'm going to end up with just too much to work on one place. Plus, as I said, we need to get a variety of crops in. We need to get so that we are in a position where we're pulling in more than just wheat or more than just silage and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna see what we can do as far as mixing this up a bit. We don't have a lot of landmarks and stuff to go on here, so these might end up being fairly rectangular fields to start off with, but we'll have some space to get some crops in. I'm probably going to leave the two trees that we've got in this field and let them be something that we have to work around a little bit, just to make them a little bit more interesting. These areas here are the areas that do not seem to drop any grass. So yeah, we do have areas on here that are not producing anything anyway. So even where we're looking to put grass areas in, we are still going to need to replant those with grass. So gonna need a plow and going to need a seeder, and that is something we're gonna have to raise money for by the new year. I really love the detail on this David Brown mod. It is a very, very beautiful mod. It does have a couple of small issues. As far as I can tell, it doesn't have a wear map on it. So it's always going to look to be this pristine and restored. I'm not sure it has a dirt map either. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it does have those bits on it. However, I do really love it. I love that there's a decent David Brown in game that I can sit in cab like this and play like this. It would be nice to have a cab, but I will settle for the open top version here. And yeah, it's nice to have it on here. We've got some other old tractors and things that we may pull into this series. I've got some old Fords and things like that. Obviously the 10 series is always an option as well. So yeah, we might see what comes up in the sales and things, but certainly for 8 grand to start with, I think this was a good choice of tractor, and it seems to be running this mower fairly well at the moment, and hopefully it'll continue to run most of what we need it to on the farm. Final row of grass. We'll get this all cut, and we've still got a decent amount of time today, so maybe we might be able to get this collected as well, which would be really good news. So end of the row, we'll bring this up here. Yeah, just go through those bit, turn that off, fold it up. Going up. There we go, and up, and then fold it. Right, so we'll go put this down around by the abandoned house. We're gonna have to do something about somewhere to sleep, I think. Maybe put a tent down or something. It would be really nice if you could repair up these buildings. I would absolutely love that if that was a feature. But yeah, eventually I think we'll have to put our own house down here. Let's put this up down here. We will disconnect all of that. I'm gonna head down to the shop and we'll see if we can get something to pick up all of this grass. One thing I have noticed about this tractor is its fuel consumption. We are nearing half a tank, having just done that single job today. That's quite a rate at which it's drinking the fuel, this 1410. Now we need a forage wagon to pick stuff up. I think, oh, here we go. We've got this SIP forage wagon here. Holds 13. Yeah, so holds more than the others do, which is good. And yeah, would be a really great one. A larger fill volume. Design wood or aluminium. I think we'll go with wood. Keep it fairly simple. And I think I'm going to go lower attachment because of the tractor I've got. Main color, I can go black, red, or white. I'm going to go white, and rim color will go with the white rims as well. Yeah, I like that a lot. Similarly, no number plates on this as well. Now, we're going to have to lease this because 3,600, while we have the money to buy it, it is going to cause us a problem as far as doing anything else. So 183, I will happily lease that for. Our leasing costs are fairly low with these pieces of equipment. So yeah, this will work fairly well for us. Because we're going to need somewhere to put this. And I have got something that should work. So connect. Yeah, low attachment, definitely the way to go. We'll head back down there now, and we'll see how quickly all this grass fills this. 16,000 litres. I'm expecting us to have to do a few loads, and I'm hoping we get a really decent amount of grass off here to start making some silage from. I think I could at least some one of the smaller and older mowers and cut my costs down quite nicely. Oh, let's unfold it. Turn it on, drop it down. You know, sort of being in keeping, and I might still do that. Reduce my leasing costs. Was good to get this first cut done with that, with the really big setup. But yeah, I'm thinking if I can find an older windrower that we can use on the back of this as well, that will work fairly well. We are already a quarter full off one side of this. I think we're going to have a lot of journeys with this to get this whole field done, which is both good news and bad news all at once. Yeah, we're going to have a decent amount of grass off here because we haven't even made it around one headland, and we are just about full. In fact, there we go. We're full. So now we need to go and find somewhere to tip this and start making some silage out of it. And to do that, we are going to have to put down our own silage clamp. Just need to work out the best place to put this. So yeah, we need an inexpensive silage clamp. We got 6,400. I could put that one in, which is a medium one, but I think we'll go with the small one for now, just to try and keep our costs low. We can get that at 90 degrees there. Yep. And do I put it here, or do we go and put it somewhere over this way? You know what? I'm going to put it here, down the side there. Do we need to do anything else today? No, I'm really thinking we're going to go into the red if I do that, and I need to get a chainsaw. So, yeah, we will put this in and put this here. These can be temporary, so we don't need to worry too much about it. I just don't know how much silage I'm going to fit, or how much of this I'm going to fit in this small one. It is a small one. That's my biggest worry. Right, let's start emptying out. And yeah, we're going to fill this as much as we can. And, oh, wow. Yeah. That already, just off that one trailer, that's quite a bit in there. I don't know how high this will go. Getting that small silo might have been my first mistake on here. We are up to 97% full on our second set. It's tough because the bit we've got, we have had the large version of it, and the large version of it held a lot of silage. So I'm kind of hoping that the same is going to be true of this, that we can fit more in this clamp than I think I can. If I can get, I kind of want 100,000 liters, I think, in here. This should be able to hold that. This is, you know, silage clamps hold a lot of stuff normally. It's whether we can get the tractor onto here each time to actually tip. Because, yeah, look at that. Right. Tip that. Oh, that missed. When it misses, it can cause real issues. Right, we need to get that off the floor here. And get that picked up. So, pick that all up. And, oh, then we'll see if we can pick the other bit up. Of course, we don't have a bucket or anything on this tractor. So, we can't do that way either. I've got to pick up more than I want to in order to, there we go, get this, turn that off, pull this onto here, yeah, and then tip it. And yeah, that's inside. Good. Oh, so that already is how much? Yeah, 23,000 litres off just 2 loads. I am gonna need to get a lot more in here, I think. This would be the perfect time to use the silage clamps down at the BGA, but I don't think I can without owning that part of the map. That's the downside to it. We might have to... Yeah, I think it's going to be a case of getting some more money in and going from there. I think we need to cut down a couple of trees, see if we can get some money in for the wood, hopefully be able to make enough money even with picking it up by hand, because that's going to be an issue. If the amount of weight versus the amount of money could be a big problem. Worst case scenario, we'll have to dip into that big well of gold nuggets that are kicking around here and go and get another one of those. I don't want to do that. As I said, the whole plan here is how far can we get on the smallest amount of money like that. It is a bit of a crutch and I want to avoid using it if I can. But yeah, it may be that we have to do that just to get ourselves moving again, or we just end up getting all of this done. Oh man, and going from there. Yeah, that now you cannot see any other part of this on that side. It's on there and it's a pretty big heap. I'm guessing as a heap it is not very compact at the moment. Yes, 7% compact. It is spilling over the edges. I do not know how well that will ferment. Maybe we'll try and get one more load on it. It's still taking it, so yeah, who knows. So this will be our last load for today. I think we can put a bit on the far end, maybe. Where is the best place to put this? Oh, there is no good place to put this. I think there's most space is at this end here. We are definitely going to need a bigger silage clamp, though. I think the other one was like 10,000 for the biggest, and I could probably have put that here, and I'm not worried about filling that. This is definitely pretty full. I need to get this on here. Oh, it is going on. Yeah. That is looking very full. I think we're going to have to get a blade or something to sort this as well. We have 63,444 litres on there. And we're going to have to try and push some of this back on because obviously it has come out a little bit. I don't know. I think this is going to be interesting. We definitely need to get a bigger silage clamp. So what do you think to our starter here? What do you think to the setup? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to leave this here for today, though, and we'll try and clean this mess up next time. For now, all that remains is for me to say...
Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.